Well, welcome back. What class did you take before? What time of day was it? You were, yeah. Okay. So this is a much gentler flow. It's called integration. It's it's called integration. That's the name of the class, but it's just a little bit more of a slower, more stretchy kind of flow. And we don't crank the heat quite as much, but it's just hot. I mean, that's just the way it is. Oh shoot. Oh, I know Allison. Hey chicas, what is your name? Amy and Reagan, Philomena. Welcome to class. So are you familiar with yoga? What's your okay? Wonderful. So Reagan, Amy Reagan, Amy Reagan. Okay, great. So you have you gone to a regular class before or oh okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, this is a slower flow class. This is a slower flow class. It's called integration. So it does have more stretching, and we'll take our time doing the sun salutations, but you'll still feel like you did something. It's not exactly restorative or yin either. It's a merging of a regular flow class with a slower flow and more stretching. And what is your name? Yes, I met you before, right? Weta, I recognize your name. Welcome back. Welcome back. And let's see. All right, we're ready to roll. It's 7:00 uno. So let's start in child's pose. Looks like most of you understand what that posture looks like. So notice what it feels like in your body. Already heard some lovely moans. There's nothing like a moany, loud breathing yoga class. So if you're inclined to express yourself that way, feel free. This posture is so great for noticing the breath bouncing from the mat up into your face. It's another way to experience it, hearing it. Play around with closing your mouth and inhaling and exhaling out of your nose. If you're like me this time of year, allergy season is upon us with ragweed and so forth. So sometimes it's a little bit more tricky to breathe in and out of your nose. So even if it's just half of an inhale, bring the air into your nose and then open your mouth if you have to. Don't go into that panic feeling. But as much as you can, get air in and out of your nose. Reach your hands forward a bit more. Even lift your elbows off of the floor as you reach. Keep that reach and slide your shoulder blades down your back. Let the middle of your chest, your heart gets super heavy on the mat. As you open up your chest, really widen your chest. I might come around and assist you. If you'd rather me not put my hands on your body, just wave a hand in the air. Just a couple more breaths here. Just to really catch up with yourself. Inhale up into tabletop position. So tabletop position. Flow through some cat and dogs, middle of your back up towards the ceiling, sink your belly, tailbone up towards the ceiling, just back and forth. As you do that, ensure that your palms are lined up with your elbows and your shoulders. Hips and knees are in alignment with each other. So as you go back and forth, just check out your body and do some micro adjusting. Also, relax your elbows, bend them slightly, and swivel your elbow points to the wall behind you or space behind you. Keep that swiveling. The next time you're in your dog or cow posture, stay there with your tail up, head up. Keep that. Tuck your toes under and just lift your knees off of the floor. Just their knees. Get a little bit of heat in your belly just for a few moments. And then knees back down on the floor. We'll do that a couple more times. Knees lift up slightly, just feeling that heat develop in your body. And knees down on the floor. One more time. Lift your knees up. Keep that pelvic tilt, tailbone up towards the ceiling, downward facing dog. Way up onto your mounds of your feet, up onto your toe tips. Bend your knees. Hover your knees above the floor here in your downward facing dog. Tilt your tailbone up towards the ceiling and straighten your knees as you press your heels down. Twice more. Up onto your tippy toes. Bend your knees and hover. Tilt your tailbone. Keep that tilt. And then straighten your knees as you press your heels down to the floor. Just massaging out your lower back. That's nice, Stephanie. You could shift the weight of your body from one hand to the other. So from one side to the other, just shift back and forth. Just loosening up. Take a deep breath in. All the air out and move up to the front of your mat. Put your hands on your thighs. Move into a halfway lift. So hands on your thighs. Check out your feet. Ensure that they're at 12 o'clock. A little bit pigeon-toed. Really press your hands into your thighs and make your spine as long as you can and ragdoll. We're going into that cat here, that dome shape with your body. Make a box with your arms. Grab your opposite biceps. Tuck your chin so much so that your arms frame your head and swing right and left. So really tuck your chin a lot, Allison. Like just tuck it in. Yes, really stretch out the back of your neck, the tops of your shoulders. Release your bind and move into a forward fold. Forward fold, bend your knees so much so that your belly's against your thighs, your head is heavy, shoulders are rounding forward in your forward fold. Swing left and right in this posture and come up at about an inch. Swing left and right, come up about another inch, swing left and right. Just busting up those cobwebs in your tissue all throughout your body. Swing left and right, incrementally coming up. And when you get up to the top, inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. Interlace your fingers and then side bend to one side or the other. Doesn't matter which side. Let the weight of your arms just drag your whole side body down towards the floor, feeling that stretch. And then feet at 12 o'clock, little bend to the knees, pull in the belly, feel the broadening across the chest. Another deep breath in, feel that stretch on the side of the body. And inhale, arms up and the other way. So side bend the other way. Good. Stay with it. Just a couple breaths. Getting space between your ribs, between your lowest rib and your pelvis. And then inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. Bring your hands to heart center. 1 Om to start. Air in. Om. By your side and inhale your arms up. Bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands, high push up the whole way down to your mat. So lower your whole body down to the mat. 3 Cobra posture. Your hands to the base of your ribs and just lift your heart up. So move your hands back just a little bit, Allison. Yep. And exhale down. You want a 90-degree angle in that elbow. Maybe look at your neighbor and help them out. Yeah. Just say, is this 90? Is this 90? And exhale down. Next time, lift your hands. Let them hover off the floor a little bit. Your legs off the floor. Feel that broadening across your chest. Back into child's pose. Push yourself up. Go back into your child's pose and then come on up to your knees. with your shins on the floor, shins on the floor. Reach back and open up your big heart and then dive it on down, downward facing dog. We're going to repeat that a couple times. Big breath in, air out, and step forward to the head of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to stand. Feel that extension in your spine and exhale, fold. Bend your knees to start. Halfway lift. High push up all the way down to the mat. 3 cobra postures, lifting up just the center of your chest and down. Each time going into a little bit more extension in that back. On the third one, lift everything up. Hands, legs up. Push yourself back. Reach your fingertips back. Lift that big old heart up towards the ceiling. And dive it on down, downward facing dog. One more time, just like that. Breathe the air in. Push it out and step forward to the head of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reach up. Again, keep your knees a little bit bent this whole time. Bend your knees even more, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. High push up all the way down to the ground. And your 3 cobra postures. So just pressing in your hands into that. Yeah, there it is. Yes, you want that 90-degree angle in your elbows. Beautiful. And on your third one-ish, you could lift both your hands up, your legs up to feel that stretch across your chest. And then you're sliding back into your child's pose. Just for a moment. On up. Do that nice, big, stretchy, gooey back bend. And dive your hands down like you're in a nice, cool swimming pool, downward facing dog. Move your right foot up to your right hand and move into a low runner's lunge. Right foot up to your right hand, low runner's lunge. So keep your hands down on the floor. Lower your left knee down to the floor. Left knee down to the floor. Put your hand on your right thigh and draw a big circle with your right knee. So you're pushing your right knee forward, over to the side, straightening it. So now that you know what you're up to, pay attention to what you're feeling. So find that sticky spot and stay there. So if you're getting a spot where there's a lot of information, hang out there and just bust up those cobwebs. The next time your knee is oriented forward, reverse the direction of your circle. Straighten your knee and take the knee out to the side. As always, linger where you need the attention just to open it up. Go back to your bent knee. Tuck your back toes under and flatten your back foot for warrior 1 feet. So you're flattening your back foot for warrior 1 feet, staying down in this low lunge. Interlace your fingers at your low back, humble warrior. Drive your knuckles towards the space behind you. Really pull in your abdominal muscles. Yep. Stay low in that knee bend. Yes. Release your bind, warrior 1, and stay. Arms up towards the ceiling. We're going to move this warrior 1. So straighten your front leg, straighten your arms. Goal post your arms. Bend your right knee, your front knee, and inhale back out of it. Good. So I'm just changing my direction from my friends out there in outer space. So you're just going down in that goalpost arm, bending the knee. Now, as you go down, really think about moving that left hip point towards the front of the room or the front space that you're in. The next time you get that knee bend, stay in your warrior 1. Straighten your arms up towards the ceiling and stay in your warrior 1 with your deep knee bend. Yeah. Very nice. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Breathe it in. Hands down to the mat. High push up. All the way down to the mat into your cobra posture.
Oh my God.
Child pose. This is what we've been doing. Reach back. Open up your big old chest. And then dive it on down. Downward facing dog. Other side. Low runner's lunge. So left foot forward up to your left hand. Lower your back knee down to the floor. Put your left hand on your knee and start to draw that big circle. Really think about where you're feeling sensation, where you're feeling any kind of information. And then reverse the direction of the circle. The next time your knee is oriented towards the front of the room or your front space, go in the opposite direction. Sometimes I like to imagine the ball of my femur, my thigh bone, just swishing around in that socket, claiming more range of motion, more space. Turn to your bent knee, humble warrior. So start by setting up your back foot for warrior 1 feet. Interlace your fingers at your low back, hugging those guts, and stay here in this humble position. I love that word, humility. Couple more breaths here, feeling this posture. Warrior 1 and stay. So reach your arms up towards the ceiling in your warrior 1. Get your widths and now move it. Straighten your front leg, arms up towards the ceiling, and then bend your front knee. See, Amanda's really demonstrating this nicely. Notice when you straighten that knee, how your body kind of goes wonky off to the side. You have to really work when you bend that front knee to ask that hip to go forward. Good. I want to make sure I got my left and right. Left. Yeah. Your right hip. You're asking that to go forward. Another cool little technique is when you go down into warrior 1, contract your right glute. So really squeeze your right butt cheek. Let's try this. Go into your full-on warrior 1. Squeeze your right butt cheek. Just squeeze it. Do you see how that little squeeze brings that right hip point forward a little bit and brings them on the same plane? Keep that little squeeze for another moment. Hands down to the mat. High push up to cobra. So you'll go the whole way down to the bottom. Cobra posture. Slide back into your downward facing dog. Reach back. Open up your chest. And downward facing dog. I said downward facing dog too soon. Sorry, my bad. Step to the head of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Fold, chair posture, and stay. Straighten your legs, swing your legs, arms up towards the ceiling, literally wring out your shoulders, and then back down into your chair. Several times, just like this. When you bring your hands up towards the ceiling, stay there for a moment and really ask those hands to spill forward to the space in front of you, just wringing out your shoulder girdle. Next time you're in your chair, oh, this is great breathing. Next time in your chair, stay in your chair for a moment for that inhale, and then exhale out of it. Inhale, halfway lift, high push up, all the way down to your mat. Cobra posture. Slide back into your child's pose. Reach back, open up your chest. And downward facing dog. Flying into downward facing dog. Right-sided warrior 1. Move your right foot forward and inhale your arms up into your right-sided warrior 1. Hands down to the mat. Knees down if you want them down. Go the whole way down to the floor. Cobra posture. Slide it back. Downward facing dog. Open up your heart and dive into your downward. I keep saying downward facing dog. I mean child's pose. Left-sided warrior 1. So we just recently changed this class a little bit. Arms up and hands down. Go the whole way down to the floor. Cobra pose, child's pose. Keep going into downward facing dog. Yes, I am. Open up your heart and diving into your downward facing dog. Anyway, we just changed the class a little bit. We're no longer doing chaturangas in here. Of course, the invitation is always there if you'd like it. Let's do one more of those sun salutations, B. Let's see if I can do it perfectly right this time. Step to the head of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Good. Fold. Halfway lift. High push up all the way to the floor. Remember, your knees could be down on the floor. Cobra posture. Slide it back. Child's pose. Open up your heart. Dive it down. Downward facing dog. Right-sided warrior 1. Move your right foot forward into your warrior 1. Arms up towards the ceiling. Hands down to the mat. Knees down or up. Cobra pose. Child's pose. Open up your heart. And downward facing dog. Left-sided warrior. Move your left foot forward. Hands up towards the ceiling. Hands down to the mat, high to cobra, all the way down and cobra posture. Child's pose. Open up your heart, feel that opening, and dive your hands down, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, all the air out, and step up to the head of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Move to stand. Whole way up. Listen carefully. Left-sided eagle posture. Left arm under and left leg over. So you want your left arm under and left leg over for your eagle posture. Find that spot to stare at. Very nice. Airplane pose. So reaching on back into your airplane pose. And then step your back foot down for crescent lunge. Switch your legs real quick, Stephanie. Crescent lunge. So your left foot is back, right foot is forward in your crescent lunge. Get heavy with your body. Feel that stretch on the front side of your left thigh. That's what you're after. Those flexor muscles, feel them stretch. It might even feel good to bounce a little bit. Yes, Tori, just to feel that stretch. Move your hands to heart center and twist to your right. So you're twisting over your thigh. Open up your arms. Let's breathe for 3. In and out. 2 more. Air in. Let it go. Last one. Breathe the air in. All of it out. Back up into your crescent lunge. And warrior 2. Warrior 2. Starting with your hands on your hips. Yep, you got it, Weta. You got it. Bend that front knee and straighten it. As you do, polish. Ensure that your feet are tracking with each other. Heel to the middle of your back arch. Knees right over that ankle. So adjust your foot. Once you feel good with that foundation, and go down into your deep lunge. Stay there. Pull in your abdominal muscles and add your arms. Take your gaze to the long edge of your mat just for a moment so you can orient your torso straight over top of that pelvic bowl. Notice if you're leaning one side or the other. Get everything stacked. And now swivel that gaze like a ninja warrior. That's it, Amy. Nice. Nice focus. 2 more. In. Out. Last one. Breathe it in. Let it go. Flip your front palm and reverse. Straighten your front leg, and you got that big side body bend you're after. Stretching it out. Back down into your warrior 2 extended side angle. So move your arm in front of that knee, opposite arm by your ear. Relax your left shoulder down your back. So slide that shoulder blade, that scapula down towards your tailbone. Go a little bit deeper into this extended side angle just for 1 more. In and out. Back up into your warrior 2 and reverse your warrior once again. Reverse it and straighten your front leg. 5-star. Orient both feet towards the long edge of your mat. Just stretch your arms out like a big 5-star. You're just stretching your arms out. High goddess posture. Bend your knees around 90 degrees and sit down into your high goddess. Now straighten the back. Yep. Oh, nice adjustment. Really broaden across your chest. Good. Feel that strength in your body. And twist to one side. Come back to center. Twist to the other side. Come back to center. Twice more. Twist. Center. Twist. Center. Twist. Center. Just ring it out. After your 3rd set, back up into your 5-star. Really stretch it out. Wide leg forward fold. Put your hands on your hips. Bend your knees quite a bit. And put your hands down to the floor. Stretch your hands out in front of you on the floor. So stick your fingers on the floor and then stretch your tailbone towards the space behind you as much as you can. You might be able to just put your, it's so sweaty and humid in here, you might be able to just use your finger pads to hold you in place. Just stretch your tailbone towards the space behind you. Good. Looks like all of you have bent knees. Very nice. Maybe separate your feet a little bit more, Reagan, with your long legs. Amy, I meant this Reagan over here. Move your hands back to about a foot in front of you and move to a standing position, right-sided triangle posture. Move your right foot to 12 o'clock. So right foot's at 12 o'clock. Mhm. And dive it on down into your triangle. So for triangle, you're going to keep your right knee straight. Uh-huh. And just lean into it like this. Yeah. Nice alignment. You could come up just a tiny bit because the goal is to keep the spine straight. But that looks great. Very nice alignment. Feel that lovely stretch on the inside of your right thigh. Move your left arm behind you. Take a bind, we call that, by just moving your left arm. Just take it out of the equation for a moment so you can feel how good this posture feels. Open up that shoulder. Look up towards the ceiling. And then release your bind. You're going to fly in and out of half moon here. So this is more for the nervous system playing with this balance. You're just going to go in and out of half moon. So half moon is when your arms up, your legs up, just bouncing back and forth in this half moon. Now your goal is to stick it. So if you can go into that half moon and stick it for a few seconds, then come on out and then try to stick it for a few more seconds. A couple Tuesdays ago, we had a student actually do a cartwheel for us. It was fantastic. Anybody want to do a cartwheel through the middle of the room? Any takers? What? No, not tonight. The next time you're in your half moon, stay in your half moon. Listen carefully. You're going to go into a seated twist. Move your right knee behind your left ankle and put your right knee on the floor right behind your left ankle. Then sit your butt down on the floor. You can tent your fingertips behind you to get your spine long. And then you're going to twist over that bent knee. Usually the elbow goes over the knee, or you can just grab it. If this is too much, you can always extend that right knee too to go for this twist. Yeah, make it feel good. You're going the right way. You're all correct. Whatever way you're going, Amanda, is the right way. How's that? How's that for yoga? All right, just reach over to the other side for a counter twist. Bend your arms down here. Did I maybe mix up the left and right? So is that why you're confused? All right, swing it around, downward facing dog, downward facing dog. I'm so perfect at home. I'm practicing. Step to the head of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, reach it on up. Listen carefully. Right-sided eagle. So it's your right arm under, and right leg over. And then wind it on down into your eagle. So while you're here for a few breath cycles, maybe 2 or 3, I'll tell you a quick story. A hawk just flew right into my office window the other day. We had to call the game commission and everything. Imagine that. So I know this is eagle, but think about the hawk too. Another raptor. All right. Airplane. I guess the moral of that story is don't fly into a window. Crescent lunge. Step it on back into your crescent lunge. That's it. So crescent lunge is ball the back foot. So this is warrior 1 foot. This is crescent lunge in our style. I mean, every time you take a class in a different yoga studio, they do something a little bit different. But around here, this is crescent lunge. And these parts, go ahead and twist to the left. So twist it to the left. Good. There's some breath. Good. 2 more in. Exhale, twist a little bit further into that. Keep that right hip up slightly and feel the twist in the thoracic spine, broadening across those shoulders. Oh, nice adjustment. Back up into your crescent lunge and warrior 2, and we move it. So straighten that front leg and arms down. Or you can keep your hands on your hips like Amy's doing. Right? Did I get it right this time? No, I still didn't. Oh, that's great. Reagan's doing. I'm just going to call you Chicas. Chica 1 and Chica 2. All right, go down into your warrior 2 and stay. Arms out to your side. Think about the cues that you were using the last time. I really like to look forward to the long edge of my mat just for a moment. So I'm stacked in a straight line and then just swivel that head. And when I swivel that head, I swivel it like I mean it. Like I'm looking like Allison's cat who wants food. That kind of look. All right, flip your front palm, straighten your front leg, and lead it on back. Down into your warrior two. Once again, extended side angle. Extended side angle. Now your hand goes down to the floor. Think about this with extended side angle. You don't want a C-shaped bend in your spine. So you might need to come up just a tiny bit. Or the other option is to go down further. Really get that crease in your hip. That looks great. Do you feel that strength in your spine, that length? And then just open your heart up towards the ceiling slightly. Beautiful alignment, Matt. All right, back up into your 5-star. Stretch it open. Take this much needed break before we go into high goddess. Down into your high goddess. Now in this high goddess, you're going to have to swivel your legs together just a bit so that your knees are right over your ankles. Get way down there in that squat. Now we're those ninja warrior show people. Way down into it and up onto the balls of your feet. Heels down. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, Brooke. And 5-star. You really got some height on that. Interlace your fingers at your low back. We're going for that wide leg forward fold with a bind. So interlace your fingers at your low back and go into your wide leg forward fold with a bind. And breathe. If you want to play with an inversion here, release your bind. Move your hands between your feet so that your toenails and your fingernails are lined up with each other. So line your fingernails up with your toes and bring your hands together a little bit, Allison. You want chaturanga arms. Good. Separate your feet more, bend your knees more, and put the crown of your head right on the floor. And then lift your legs up over your head. Yeah, that's it. You got it. Get strong in that core. Even if you don't lift your legs up, act as if you are. Feel an engagement through your core, your pelvic girdle, your bandhas. Yes, Paigey. We're going up. We're going up. We got some airtime. That's it, Allison. You found your edge, honey. Right there. Okay, descend. On down you go. Come on out to that halfway lift. Stand. And triangle pose. Left foot 12 o'clock. Left foot 12 o'clock. I'm going to do everything I can to keep this right this time. Down into your triangle pose. So triangle pose. Move your hand down here. And then lift this leg straight, arm straight up. Separate your feet more. Chica one. Yeah, there you go. And then feel this stretch right here. Act as if you're hoisting this hip up to the ceiling, like you're going to hold a baby or something here. And then you want this stretch right in here. All right, look down at your front foot and fly in and out of your half moon. Going in and out of that half moon. Good. Really is honestly good for your nervous system to go in and out of postures in a different way. And you never know when you have to do this in life, right? If you're dropping something, now you're ready for it. The next time you go up, stay up, stick it, stay there for a few moments and feel that half moon. Move your right knee behind your left ankle. Right knee behind your left ankle and sit your butt down. Now, if you remember, if you twisted the other way, feel free to rearrange yourself. But honestly, it's sort of a myth that you'll walk out of here wonky if you do both sides on the same side. Anyway, so let's just go ahead and go into that twist. Twist the other way, Weta. Yep. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. Yes, breathe it in. Oh, you're to twist the other. Yep, there you're figuring it out, Allison. Nice. Take a break. Take a break. Counter stretch. So move your hands over to the other side. Then swing those legs out from behind you. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Air out. Oh, that's a good idea, Stephanie. And step to the head of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Chair pose. Sit way down into your chair. Hands to heart center. Twist to the right. Sit way down. It's almost easier if you sit way down. If you want to play with that side crow, you could plant your hands. I love just doing this, just putting my hands on the floor. You know, it just feels good. Stretch on the side of your back, even if you're not going to go into that side crow, or if you want to go in that side crow and play with some weight acceptance. There it is. Yes. Yes. Oh gosh. Airtime going on up here. That's it. Flying away. All right. Come on down. Back up into your chair posture just for a moment. And forward fold. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Move into a halfway lift. So pull on your toes and move on to a halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Keep that length in your spine. I see a lot of you really tucking your chins. That's such a great idea. Stretch out that soft tissue in the backside of your neck and your shoulders. Chair. Sit down, sit down. Act as if you're going to go in the twist, but don't go into the twist. In other words, sit so far down, like, you know, that muscle memory for a lot of you, if you've done a lot of yoga practicing, when you go down for that twist, you always go a couple inches more. So go that low and hang out there for a breath. Now move into that twist. So go over to the left this time. And keep sitting down and sitting down and sitting down and possibly putting your flat hands on the floor, feeling that stretch on the side of the body. And then just kind of lean into those elbows, and maybe by divine intervention, you'll come off of the floor. Back up into your chair just for a moment. And fold. Step on your palms. Lift your feet up and put your palms underneath your feet. Shift your weight from one foot to the other. Release low goddess squat. Separate your feet so they're about hip width or mat width distance. And go way down into your low goddess squat. Get some tension between your elbows and your knees. So you can have that broadening sensation across your back. And I don't know if you're like me. I end up being like this goldfish that's like, want water. Press your head straight back, your jaw in. So it's your neck is in line with the rest of your spine. Crow pose. Plant your hands and move into your crow. Yep, you got it, Weta. That's it. Squeeze your legs together. We got 2, 3, 4. We're going to end on 5. Shoot back or downward facing dog. Your choice. How you get there. Step to the head of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Listen carefully. When you come up, you're going to grab your right knee and bring it on up with you like Karate Kid. Right on up with you. Just grab that right knee and bring it on up. If you want to go for the toe bind, feel free. Stephanie, I've been taking her classes lately. I'll give her a little shout out here. She teaches great yoga classes, but she will make you feel guilty if you don't grab your foot. So if you want to try grabbing your foot, so I've been doing it. I've been doing it because you make me feel guilty. I'm not going to make you guys feel guilty like she makes everyone feel guilty, but you could release that foot or just grab your knee, take it out to the side, or hang on to the foot, take that right out to the side. Calm yourself down. This really isn't too physical of a pose. It's more of a mental pose. So tell yourself that you're okay. Bring your knee back to center, dancing Shiva. One of the most powerful things I've ever heard was if you can regulate your breath, regulate your emotions. Maybe in my next life, I'll figure that out and come back to center. All right. Inhale up, forward fold. We're going to do that same thing on the other side. As you come up, go ahead and grab that knee and bring it on up. Just playing around with getting into these postures in a different way, challenging your nervous system. Go for that big toe bind. You can keep it and take it out to the side, or you can do what I'm going to do, bend it again. Take it out to the side. Good. Oh, beautiful. Come back to center and switch your grip into your dancing Shiva. That is really getting more improved there on you, Stephanie. I see the work happening. And come back to center and release. Separate your feet quite a bit. We're going to do a big circle. If you're familiar with Debbie Dower's class, another person we're a big fan of. She does this. She talks about this infinity sign with your hips. So think about your left hip going forward, back, right hip. I often think of it as being as sexy as you can. So just think about that. Even have that look on your face. And then come back to center. And we are up to dancer's pose. So grab your right ankle or your right foot. I actually love grabbing my foot instead of my ankle because I love stretching out the top of my foot. So you stretch out the top of your foot and that whole quad, and then use your strong quad muscles and kick. Kick back, open up your shoulder, that right shoulder. Say right shoulder. You don't have to do anything at all right now. Just relax. I'm going to use my strong quad muscle to stretch out that right shoulder. Another breath in. Let it go. Good. A lot of you found your edge. That's beautiful. Left side. When you fall, you found your edge. So left side. Good. I hear some breath warriors out there. Join in with them. Let it go without reacting. Just flow right into the other side. Don't react. Don't react. Just flow. Just flow. We're not pausing tonight. We're going to keep that flow, that gentle momentum, like a flowing stream, cool spring water. Release. Just flow the other way. No reacting. Staying calm and steady. Flowing the other way. And release. Inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. Bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Downward facing dog. Move your legs out in front of you. Tree on the floor. Downward facing dogs. Move your step forward, knees down. Swing your legs out in front of you. Like a snap pose. Lower your whole body down to the floor. Put your right foot on the inside of your thigh. And stretch long on the floor. So you're laying right down on the floor for tree pose on the floor. Tree pose on the floor. Got a lot of yang in here. Let's get some yin going on. Get some balance. If your arms aren't there, stretch them out on the floor like a real tree pose, like you'd be standing on your foot and you're reaching your arms up. It gives you that, often gives that diagonal stretch. You feel that stretch on the inside of your right thigh down to your ankle. Maybe you feel it somewhere else, but I often feel this cool diagonal stretch in this posture. See if you can feel that stretch throughout your body. Other side. Bridge pose. Plant your feet, bring your hips up towards the ceiling into your bridge pose. I'm only cueing bridge tonight where we didn't do a whole lot of back bends tonight. But those of you that are loosey-goosey when you walk in here, feel free to do a wheel pose. We're going to do three breaths, 5 breaths, and 7 breaths. Of course, you could always go up into one and stay in it. This is your first one. So we're done with this 3 breath bridge or wheel. Come on down. And then back up you go. Bridge or wheel. If you are staying in your bridge, one thing that's fun to play around with is just incrementally lifting each of your vertebral bones off of the mat. You could start with your tailbone and then your lumbar area, your lower back, your thoracic back, and then softly drop each bone down on the floor the other way. All right, I think we're done with that. Is that 5 breaths, Paigey? All right, down you go. Last one for 7 breath cycles. So up you go for 7 breath cycles. Very nice. That's it. Bring your legs together. Feel that squeezing of your legs and feel the lift from here. Very nice. Keep pressing into your feet. Feeling that lift coming from your shoulders. Nice, Allison. Bring your legs together just slightly. Heel toe your feet together just a little bit, Paige. Orient your toes more together. Yes. Come on down. Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet together. Let your knees drift down towards the floor. I'm also a teacher at a school too. And today we had a first day back for teachers, not students yet. And the mental health counselor, she went around all the whiteboards and wrote all of these things on the whiteboards, like remember to pause, take a deep breath. It was just neat to walk through the school and read those words and do those things with all the excitement of the new school year. So this is one of those postures. It's almost like a sign on the wall. Just take a deep breath, take a pause. Happy baby. Grab the soles of your feet, rock left and right. And stretch both legs up towards the ceiling. Interlace your hands behind your back. Crunch up to your thighs. Keep that crunch. Slowly lower both legs down to the floor. Slowly lower, slowly lower, slowly lower. Don't let them touch the floor. And big pendulum swing to one side, up towards the ceiling. Big pendulum swing to the other side. No momentum. Very, very slow. Just exploring all of those core muscles. We're doing 3 sets total. Once you're finished with your 3 big swings on both sides, come back to stillness in the center. Keep the engagement. Slowly lower your legs up towards the ceiling. We got 2 more sets. Slowly lower both legs down. Both legs down. We're doing something different this time. Open your legs up wide. Cross them in the center. Wide and cross. 2 more times. Wide, cross, wide, cross, wide, cross, wide, cross. Stillness. Keep the strength. Yes, that's it. That's it, Brooke. Moan it out. Up towards the ceiling. Legs down. We got our last set. You'll love this one. This is the best one. Down. Let them hover and swim. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bicycles. 1. Bicycles. 2, 3, 4. We're going for 25. 6, 7, 8. Yes. Burn. Burn, baby. Burn. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Get rid of that yang. Get rid of that yang. Move into the yin. And hug your knees into your chest. Reclining half pigeon. Move your right ankle over your left with your... Yep. It looks like all of you are picking up what I'm putting down, even though I'm saying it in a not clear way. Yes, you got it. That's it. Just take a breather. You got it. Put your foot on my thigh here. There you go. It's a little bit more restorative. Oh, that's a great outfit. I like that. Now push your knee towards me and pull your foot towards you. Isn't that nice in your hip? Could always do this on the wall too. Did I already show you this already? Yeah. Yeah. This makes me feel useful though. Go help Matt. And then do the other side. So Matt, just put your foot against here and then rest your head down. Relax. And well, you can put your hand here on this knee and push it towards me. Grab this foot. Don't go too hard, but you want to feel that nice torque in your hip. Do you feel that? Do you see how Tori's doing against the wall? That's a nice option if you got tight hips. It makes it a little bit more restorative too. Taps into your pulse. This is a great one, posture too, to think about your head and neck. Tuck your chin just slightly so the back of your skull is on the floor, and then move your jaw back. Close your mouth if you can. Breathe through your nose, even if it's just little sips of air. Ensure that your teeth aren't clenched, and let your tongue, the tip of your tongue, be behind your incisors, your top teeth. And release. Hug your knees into your chest and draw a circle with your knees. To really explore the perimeter of that bony plate at the base of your spine. So even touch your tailbones. Move your knees towards the space in front of you so much so that you graze your tailbone, and then go way over to the one side, way over to the other side. Switch the direction of your circles. Find that spot that's saying, I need more, and just rock around in that little spot. Inversion. Those of you that want to do a handstand or a headstand, by all means, enjoy. Also go into a shoulder stand. I'm going to hold your foot up, and when I do, move your left elbow underneath you more. Yep, and then yes, that looks good. This is one of the few postures that work your biceps. So realize you're really using your biceps here to hold the weight of your body up, but then still have that relaxation feeling. Maybe flex your ankles so you can relax your toes. So it's hard to stay, especially when you're sweaty. Wow, you don't get a Charlie horse in your toes when you keep them like that, huh? Does that feel more relaxing or not? Doesn't matter. Oh, go into plow pose if you're in shoulder stand. So let your toes reach out behind you. If you like to make the room really quiet, you could bend your knees and squeeze your knees against your ears. You could even do that hummingbird breathing like this in this plow pose. So on your exhale hum page, squeeze your knees into your ears, and now exhale and go, Isn't that wild? You can also just do it with your fingers. It's so nice. If you want to just take your fingers and put them against your ears, we're going to do an inhale. On your exhale, hum with your ears closed. Do that one more time. So big breath in, close your ears, and hum it out. For me, it's that same sort of sensation when you're in the water and you're floating and the water's against your ears. And then come on out of that posture, supine twist to one side or the other. Knees to one side, upper body towards the other. Go into that supine twist. Scoot your tush to the middle of your mat. So make sure your hips are stacked right on top of each other. Yes, nice adjustments. And I'm coming around with a cool eye towel. I'm going to give it in your hand. I often like to start with this already. If you want to put it over your eyes now, you can. If you want to wait to good old Shavasana, that's fine too. But in this hot environment, sometimes I'm ready. And Jane, I meant to say this to you at the start of class. I wish I would have remembered, but I was thinking for those of you at home, at the start of class, grab some towel or rag at your home, roll it up and throw it in the fridge. So that way, when we get to Shavasana, you can enjoy the cool eye towel too. By the way, these beautiful eye towels are brought to you by our dear Paigey, who's in here tonight. She's a Carmen. If you're ever interested in doing something like that here, it's a um, 4-hour shift. Is it still 4-hour shift, Paige? Once a week? You can help out at the studio, and your yoga's compensated for that work. Come back to center. It's such a neat way to also get more integrated into this community. Supta Baddha Konasana. But just by being here tonight, know that you are part of this community right now. Even if it's your first night here, it's 5,000-year-old practice. Welcomes all of us into this experience. Shavasana. Take up lots of space. I recommend really spreading out legs and arms. Increase the length of your inhale and your exhale. Move your fingers, toes, draw circles with your wrists and your ankles. Hug your knees into your chest, rock over onto one side or the other. I recommend putting your cool eye towel between your forehead and the floor, just really connecting with your third eye, your seat of intuition. Move to a seated position. Inhale your arms up towards the ceiling, hands to heart center. 3 rolling Oms. As soon as you stop one, start the next. Inhale. Om. Om. Namaste, good people. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks, Jane. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day. Appreciate you
Thank
coming.
you. Thank you.